Maido, hi there, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about New Year. Present, master shimashou. This is the 5th year of the Presentation Japan Series podcast. We are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is now available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker who is clear, confident, persuasive, and highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 271. Today we're talking about the Persuasive Presenters New Year Resolutions. What is our presenter vision for 2022? If it has an element of success involved, and it would be a pretty rare resolution that didn't have that, then being persuasive is going to be integral to the success of realizing that vision. If you're trying to climb the corporate ladder, then getting your thoughts sorted and having others listen and agree is persuasion power. If you are the boss and you want the team to get behind your new ideas, direction, project, fresh business initiative, etc., then you need them to follow you, and that means having persuasive presence. If you are a peer and you seek the cooperation of your colleagues from other divisions, then you need to persuade them to elevate your needs up their priority list. If you want your clients to buy and buy right now, then your persuasion skills have to be excellent. Great. How do we become more persuasive in business? Being a force of nature won't work. No matter how much belief, passion, enthusiasm we have mustered, the person we are talking to won't care much unless they see something concrete in it for them. We should plan our interaction so that we get the best result. That makes a lot of sense. However, we can't always have that opportunity. We may be in the midst of a discussion and we suddenly need to weigh in with our idea. We have no time for careful, detailed planning and scoping of how the conversation should run because the situation is so fluid. What do? Habit is a powerful tool in business. It means we can engage in high-level activities without needing any preparation time. Therefore, we need to build habits so that we are in flow, reacting spontaneously without thought. The habits we choose can be destructive, though, and defeat us in our quest for persuasion. Interrupting others when they are speaking would have to be at the top of the stop doing list. This is always a problem because it says to the other person that what they are saying has no value and we are more important than them. finishing their sentences for them would probably rank as number 2 in the deadly habits list. It says, we are more articulate and clever than they are. We've anticipated where they're going with the conversation, and we can get there more effectively than them because we are smarter than they are. Instead, we need to make CEP, C-E-P, our new persuasion habit. I know everyone needs another acronym like a hole in the head, but they are a handy short form to help us remember the content, so please bear with me on CEP. The C stands for context. We start not with our proposal or suggestion, but with the background. This is a very strategic choice that guarantees we can reduce rejection and resistance for our idea. When we leap into our plan or idea, we will face 2 levels of resistance. The quick thinkers will be telling us why that idea won't work, or, that's been tried before and failed, etc. The deeper thinkers will be doing the same thing, but they won't necessarily voice their opposition at that moment because the bolshy, assertive few are dominating the airwaves. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. The show today is being brought to you by, on the 2nd of February, we'll have our Dale Carnegie course. On the 3rd of February, the High Impact Presentations course. On the 8th of February, we'll be doing Confident English. And on the 14th of February, we'll be doing leadership training for managers. Check out our website at www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Lots and lots of value for you there. Now, to do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, there are over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which is the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Starting with the context is genius because there is nothing to disagree with. The listeners are just hearing the background, which has led you to draw certain conclusions based on the details and facts of the case. The quick thinkers will be racing ahead of you and leaping to conclusions about what should be done. The deeper thinkers will be doing the same thing, just at a much more substantial level. The E stands for the execution that you are recommending to the group. Our recommended actions won't be whimsy, accidental, or fantasy. Based on the facts of the case, there are some logical things which should happen as a result. The listeners, in many cases, will have arrived at the same conclusion as we have or are well on the way toward it. They will be more likely to agree with our idea because they feel they've discovered it for themselves independently, based on the facts they have heard. The final P is for payoff. The idea of recency says that people tend to remember best what they heard the most recent, so we save the best for last. They have raced ahead of us to what the execution piece should be. The next thing they hear is the payoff from taking that recommended action, which makes it even easier for them to agree with our idea. The key is to make this process our standard operating behavior. Instead of jumping in and blurting out our idea naked and unoffended, we go straight to the context first. By making this our habitual way of introducing ideas and suggestions, we create a new habit, one which substantially eliminates opposition to what we are saying. If you make this one decision to adopt the SEP habit for 2022, then your persuasion power will get a tremendous boost. Thank you for joining the Presentations Japan series. If you got value from today's show, spread the love around and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you have learned today, use it, and go out there and become a presentations legend. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.